Hello, guys, and welcome back to the FPL Duo. We are back with another one, another stream. This one is to discuss team selection, as always, on a Thursday. So Gameweek 10 is approaching, Saturday deadline. How you doing, Jordan? How's your week going so far?
So far, so good. Hopefully everyone else is enjoying their week as well. And yeah, we pretty much almost wrap up midweek football again for another game week looming around the corner. And yeah, it's going to be interesting what moves we're planning. You'll obviously see that in this stream, what we will decide to do up to the upcoming deadline.
Yeah, of course. So let's bring up the review Gameweek 9 very quickly, as we've already discussed it. But in goal, Raya conceding 2 goals to Liverpool, comes away with a blank. Gabriel again conceded and went off as well, injured. I think he is fine now. I think he's fit for Gameweek 10 as far as I'm aware. 1 pointer from him. Lewis gets a clean sheet, which was nice. Mikalenko blank. In the midfield, some nice returns. Saka, got a lovely goal against Liverpool. And Burma got the 2 goals, keeping up his great form. Palmer also got the goal, wasn't it? Chelsea comes over with the 10-pointer, which is really nice. And Rodgers blanked after playing about 60 minutes. Up front, Haaland, triple captain, didn't really go to plan. He did have a bag of chances, should have had a hat-trick. On another day, he could have. Finishing was off, but he comes away with just the 18-pointer for me. So only the 1 goal. And then on blanks for Solanke and Calvert-Lewin, who Solanke has sort of started getting on my nerves, and we'll come on to my transfer plans that I've already done. On the bench, Fabianski, Semenyo, Aït-Nouri did score. Unfortunately, I didn't play him. I was on the bench. And then I will be playing him hopefully going forward. But he had did he play Man City? Sorry.
Aït-Nouri, he had Brighton.
He scored against Brighton. So he's doing really well, Aït-Nouri. And I've got to start playing him soon because he's doing really well so far this season. That's the team for Gameweek 9. It was 66 points for me. I did play the triple captainship. Didn't go to plan, but that did sort of help me get the green arrow in the end. So now 2.3 million rank. Not a great start to the season. I feel like it's very hard to climb rank. It's like 1 step forward, 2 steps back this season, I feel like. So we will have to see how it goes coming weeks. But yeah, that's the team, guys. Let us know how you did as well. I'll let you go, Jordan, next. Talk us through your team.
Yeah, so obviously it's an interesting week. Starting with Hermanson, obviously 1 point from him, no clean sheet against Nottingham Forest. In terms of defence, only the fortune was Aït-Nouri getting the goal. Robertson and Keane both conceded in their games, so only got 1 point and 2. In terms of the midfield, we saw Palmer obviously score that goal, getting the bonus and getting the double haul of 10 points. Rodgers was quiet on the other hand, only playing 56 minutes, so only achieving 1 point. Brendan Johnson getting the yellow card, only getting 1 point. Tottenham without scoring against Crystal Palace 2. Salah, another double haul for him. Interesting game against Arsenal. Scored the goal, got bonus 3. And finally McNeil in the midfield. Only played 85 minutes, didn't get anything from that game, which led to a draw against Fulham, only getting 2 points. Up front, we got Haaland, the captain, who finally got a captain return from him after 3 blanks consecutively, scores the goal. And the only goal against Southampton, earning me 12 points. And alongside him, we got Chris Wood, who was the biggest success of my team, scoring the 2 goals and awarded the bonus 3, who's also is flagged for a knock. And on the bench, pretty much quiet, no returns whatsoever from there, from Fives, Robinson, and obviously non-playing players didn't have any points on the bench. It is a green arrow of 59 points, so it was a pretty good week. But as Huss mentioned, it's really hard to climb the rank, it feels like, this season. And a lot of experts as well are struggling to climb the rank too in terms of how results are going. But that's pretty much Gameweek 9 summed up.
Yeah, so that's a quick recap, guys, of Gameweek 9. Let's pull up bus teams for Gameweek 10. Now, not to ruin any transfers, but I've already done my moves, which I did mention in Tuesday's video. I had to go early due to price rises. So, the back line, I am playing Raya in goal. He's got Newcastle away. Now, again, tougher fixture for Arsenal. Newcastle away. Newcastle are quite strong at home. I do expect a tough game for Arsenal in this one, so we'll see what Raya can do. Back three, I am playing Gabriel. As of now, he's on my boss team. I think he is fine. I know he's flagged in FPL, but I think Arteta said his injury isn't serious. I don't know if you heard, Jordan. I think he should be fine, right, for game week 10.
Yeah, I did hear as positive. Speaking of Gabriel, yeah, he should be fine for that Newcastle fixture. Shouldn't be anything to worry about.
Complete the back line, Lewis and Nuri. Lewis did play in the Cup last night, which we know Man City are out of the Carabao Cup after losing to Spurs 2-1, which maybe some of us didn't see coming. But that hopefully Lewis does play. Nice fixture. Don't know if I can get a clean sheet from him because I do not been impressed that much with Man City defence, but we'll see. Nuri again, I'm going to play him, I think, because I missed out on the goal. So hopefully against Palace he can get me some returns, and I do back him in that fixture. Moving on to the midfield, I'll just quickly run through what I've got. At the moment, I'm lining up Saka, Mbeumo, Rodgers, and Palmer. Again, all of them have good fixtures, I'd say. Saka has Newcastle away. We know Saka's doing really well, scored a really good goal against Liverpool. And Mbeumo, again, brace, Fulham away. It's another good fixture for him. Rodgers, Tottenham, and then Palmer has Man United away. No, Man United had a decent performance on the Cup against Leicester. It was a rotated side, but Man United could be a good option now. We'll have to see how they play without them 10 are in charge. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Palmer against Man United. I think it's a good fixture for Palmer, and I'm excited for that fixture. I think it's going to be a cracker of a game. Up front, I've got Haaland, Solanke, and Calvert-Lewin. At the moment, captaincy is on Haaland, as you'll see. He's got Bournemouth away. I think it's a good fixture for Haaland. And I know a lot of people are talking about chat amongst Haaland. Is it time to sell Haaland? There's a comment here from Manish. Is it time to sell Haaland? It's also actually a lot of people talking about selling off Haaland, but his ownership hasn't really dropped. I'm not looking to sell Haaland personally. I know a lot of people are considering it. I'm not in that boat yet. I think don't want to go without him. Yeah, I still think he can score you goals. And until I see more poor form from Man City, I'm not willing to go there yet. Solanke and Calvert-Lewin to complete the attack. And Solanke is one, as you guys know, I think I'm going to get. I've got rid of already. I'm going to come on to who that is. And Calvert-Lewin, I think, because it's Southampton, it's a nice fixture. I'm going to give him another chance. On the bench, Fabianski, Mikalenko, Semenyo, and then Greaves, who's currently flagged. So I've got 2 free transfers and 0.4 in the bank, I believe. And now, these are the 2 players I'm taking out. And it might shock a few people because one of these players, my name is Saka. I didn't really want to move him out. The 2 players I'm removing from the draft for my team is Saka and Solanke. Now, the reason I'm looking to take out these 2 players is the player I really want to bring in is expensive, which is Mo Salah. I really want Salah in my team, and the only way I can afford him is downgrading elsewhere. The player I'm looking to downgrade is Solanke to a cheap forward, and then moving Saka up to Salah. So Salah is coming in for Saka, and then I have downgraded Solanke down to Archer of Southampton. Now, a lot of people might think, why have I bought Archer in? It's just because of the fact he plays 90 minutes most weeks, and he's only 5 million. I couldn't afford Cunha. I know people will say, why didn't you get Cunha? I am short on Cunha. I only have 0.3 in the bank, and Cunha is 5.6, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, or 5.7. So I'm like 0.4, 0.3 off Cunha anyway, so I can't afford Cunha. That's why I've gone with Archer. And Archer has scored a couple of goals. He got 1 goal against Leicester, and he also got a goal against Arsenal, if you guys remember, in Arsenal's win against Southampton. He did score, and back-to-back game weeks. Didn't score against Man City, but he played 86 minutes. And for me, he's just a player I'd rather have, rather than going for a 4.5 million cheap striker. We know with the Christmas period, there's going to be rotation. I'd rather have a cover of a playing striker. That's why I've gone with Archer ahead of a non-playing 4.5. I would have loved Cunha, just due to budget reasons. I can't afford it. But yeah, those are the transfers. Salah, again, he's got Brighton. It's a great fixture for Salah. I think Liverpool did beat Brighton last night. In the end, it was 3-2. Made it look maybe the scoreline, if you didn't watch the game, Liverpool should have been out of sight. The 2 mistakes really from Liverpool, defensive errors to let Brighton sort of back in it. And now Liverpool back-to-back home games, Brighton and Villa. I think Salah could do really well. And after that, in game 12, he's got Southampton as well, which is a nice captaincy game for him. So Salah, for me, I think the next 3 weeks, he can go really big. His ownership's at 40%, and there's not really anyone else I like the look of. And I think now the way the team is with Salah, Palmer, Haaland, I really do like the look of it. Captaincy still on Haaland. I am sort of debating that. I am tempted with Salah, if I'm being honest with you guys. I think Salah, he's underlooked, I think. Highest scoring player in the game so far. We know he gets an extra point for the goal if he scores. We know he's on pens. We know Liverpool. He was also rested and he played about 15, 20 minutes yesterday, last night. And Liverpool are looking good. So don't be surprised if I go Salah last minute, but I still think I'm leaning towards Haaland. I think Bournemouth still in our fixture for him. So, yeah, that's the 2 moves, guys. But that leaves me with 0.3 in the bank, I believe, as well. So, yeah, I like the look of my team. I've also got Mikalenko on the bench if Gabriel doesn't play, but I expect Gabriel to start. And my team is looking really nice. The only other player that I maybe want to bring in is someone like Acuna instead of Archer. But, I am going to play Archer against Everton at home. Ideally, my strikers are playing against each other, which isn't ideal. But if I play Mikalenko, which I play 4 at the back, which I'd rather play the forward, play Archer, and hope he can get me a goal. He has scored against Arsenal, so I'm hoping he can get me something, but we'll have to see. He's a cheap forward. I don't expect much from him.
Yeah, it's an interesting move. I'm surprised that you still got Gabriel, but I understand that you want Salah in your team as well at the same time, because Gabriel is the most transferred out player so far this game week, and very interesting. It could be a nice differential at the amount of transfers he had out this week.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Assuming Gabriel is fit, which we think he is, Arteta said he is, there's no way I'm taking Gabriel out of my team. He's, for me, I can keep him for a couple of more weeks. There's no way I'm moving him out of my team. So I think Arsenal's fixtures will turn again in game of 12. And they've got the likes of Southampton and things coming up. I can see a potential clean sheet. And I want to have the double Arsenal defence. If I get rid of anyone in the wild card, when it comes to second wild card, I might get rid of Raya. We'll have to see. But for me, Arsenal's defence is still strong, as it showed against Liverpool. Even though Liverpool did score 2, but I think they defended well in large parts. I'm happy to keep Gabriel still, and he's got goal for it. So yeah, I'm not looking to take him out anytime soon. And Salah again speaks for himself. Rodgers is one. Maybe I could play someone else. Maybe play Mikalenko, but again, I'd rather play Rodgers. I think Spurs are a team that will concede goals. I know they got the big win yesterday, but still not 100% sold on the defense, especially with Van der Ven going off injured as well, which would look like a serious hamstring injury. Let's bring up your team anyway. I've not seen what moves you've made. I know you've mentioned to me you made some interesting moves that you're planning. So what's the plans?
Yeah, so obviously let's start off with goalkeeper and defence that I'm lined up with. So in goal, I have Hermanson, who has Ipswich away. I think, this is a great fixture, I think, for Leicester. I mean, Ipswich we've seen have a little dip in their form, even at the home stadium, where they've been quite formidable. They've had some very poor results. So, I'll be pretty looking positive to see how that match ends up. But I like Hermanson because he does get save points regardless if he does get no clean sheet in matches. Moving on to the back 3. So starting off, we have Robertson, who has Brighton at home. I think a very strong Liverpool fixture at Anfield. But again, it's not going to be easy. We've seen Brighton accomplish a massive feat, obviously winning against Spurs when Spurs are winning 2-0, winning 3-2. And I think this is going to be a tough one for Liverpool. But clean sheet, not sure of. I do think Brighton will score, but we'll have to see how Liverpool do, obviously, in that game. Moving on to Keane, who has Southampton away. Again, another great fixture against a newly promoted team who are struggling currently in this Premier League season. And Keane does show a little bit of attacking threat. Maybe he can get something from this game like he did from his previous double haul in Gameweek 8 when he was against Ipswich. Moving on to last defender, that is Aït-Nouri, who I transferred in last game week, who has Crystal Palace at home. Even though Crystal Palace have won their first game, where it feels like it's been a winless obviously for Wolves. I still think it's a good game for Wolves. Very popular assets this week in terms of Wolves assets, but yeah, Ait Nuri I think is a great pick for this week against the home fixture. Moving on to the midfield, we've got Palmer who has Man United away. Now, I am excited to watch this match because obviously the new manager effect for Man United could come into clutch in this game. I feel like there's going to be a shock result from this Chelsea fixture. I just have a funny feeling it's not going to go the way people think it will be. But yeah,
You think Man
it's
United
going
get
to.
a result?
I think so. I think this new manager effect is going to provide an unexpected Man United result that we're going to be shocked to see. And yeah, can't wait to watch that game and see how that all unfolds. Obviously, moving on to Rodgers, he has a tough one against Tottenham away. He's also playing alongside Johnson, who plays against him, so there's a bit of a clash in the midfield there that I'm thinking of dealing with. But yeah, it's a tough fixture for Rodgers. I think a lot of people are disappointed from last game week where he didn't play that many minutes and without any returns. So hopefully he can turn it around for this Spurs fixture. And obviously Johnson, I think, is in the same boat as well. No returns in the last 2 game weeks. His only return coming from Brighton in game week 7. So I think a lot of people are keeping the faith because he does have Ipswich after Aston Villa in game week 11. So maybe I hold on to him for 2 more game weeks to see what he can do. Obviously moving on to Salah, Brighton at home, strong fixture. Heavily transferred in by a lot of people as well this week. He's now over 40% owned. So he's not really that differential anymore where he could get you points and rank. Now now that people mostly have him now, he's dependency on captaincy, getting the right captain pick over him. So he is one to watch out for, obviously, this game week in terms of the captain pick. Obviously, to complete the midfield, there is McNeil, who is currently flagged for a knock. And obviously, we have heard some update from obviously Sean Dyche on the issue. He says he was on the edge, so hopefully it is not too serious. So his injury is not as bad as we first thought from him, but it was obviously an injury to his knee, which was obviously treated after the game. But he should be fine against a Southampton away fixture, which I'm hoping he is. It is a fixture that I kind of don't want him to miss out on. And to complete the starting 11, obviously we got Haaland, who has obviously Bournemouth away. He is the captain pick for me. I'm sticking with Haaland this week, despite him only scoring 1 goal last game. He potentially could have had 2 more after that.
Salah at all? Have you contemplated going Salah captaincy yet, or are you not? You're convinced with Haaland?
I'm still convinced with Haaland. I just want to see what he does against obviously Bournemouth away. I know Salah could be a good captaincy pick, but I feel like if I switch it over to Salah, I might regret it at the end of the game week if I do see, in fact, Haaland outscore him. But I think both are good picks for this week. It all depends on who scores the most, because I do expect both of them to score goals. It just depends on who has more goals in them in their fixture. But they both have good fixtures. I think Salah just about has a better one because it's a home one compared to obviously Man City, who play away at Bournemouth. But I still think Haaland is hard to ignore in terms of his form.
Yeah.
And finally, moving on to Chris Wood, who has West Ham at home, which is, again, another great fixture. The way Nottingham Forest are playing at the moment, I think this is a fixture that may possibly be underlooked in terms of a Nottingham Forest asset. And again, he is flagged as well for a knock. He was spotted after coming off 81 minutes in that previous game with an ice pack on his foot. But he did tell Optus Sport afterwards that it was nothing too bad. And it occurred when he was stood on by an opponent. So hopefully he should be all right for the fixture against West Ham at home. So it shouldn't be too much to worry about for us Chris Wood owners. And then just to complete the bench, we have obviously non-playing goalkeeper Vardy Marston, who has Fulham away. Fies has Ipswich away. Robinson has Brentford at home. And Wheatley has Chelsea at home. So in terms of Obviously, money in the bank is very healthy, 1.7 million. However, I do have only one free transfer. Now, I did discuss obviously with us before the stream that there could be some interesting moves, but I have decided not to, at this moment in time, do any moves. So you'll have to wait until deadline stream because I'm still not entirely sure what I'm going to do in terms of transfers. I've had a few ideas in my mind, but at this current moment, I'm not too sure if I'm going to do it or not. So you have to wait and see Saturday morning deadline stream what I do with the team. But I assure you, it's going to be very interesting if I do the moves. But for now, I'm on transfer.
Yeah, I know you mentioned potentially taking a -4. What sort of players would you be looking to take out, and what sort of players are you looking at bringing in?
Well, I was contemplating taking out Robertson for Delo for Man United, and either taking out Rodgers or Brennan Johnson for Mbeumo, because I do want Mbeumo for obviously game week 10, but it's hard to fit him in because of that midfield. Because I want Rodgers and Johnson still. It just depends on who I want more to obviously get Mbeumo in for one of these two players. But that could be the interesting -4 you might see in the deadline stream.
Okay, interesting. Let's take a few more comments. Evening, Soul Searcher.
Evening.
Palmer was good captain with Newcastle. Now I'm doing Mbeumo the Fulham. Free hit this week for Harry. Interesting week to free hit. I'm not sure Nunez is interested on a free hit. Could pay off. Ricardo, hi guys. Don't forget the patience is key. Yep, definitely in FPL. Patience is definitely key. And so cheers from Cape Verde. Nice to see you watching us all the way from Cape Verde, Ricardo. Good luck this week, says Neil. Good luck to you as well.
Thanks, Neil.
I think 2-2 because I free hit. That means Bruno Fernandes will now score. I think Bruno Fernandes can become an option from about game week 11.
Yeah.
Man United do have some nice games coming up as well.
Yeah.
Thoughts on selling Luca Dean? Sorry, you were saying?
I just want to add on that because obviously, I don't know if you guys watched the match yesterday against Leicester. I thought Bruno Fernandes was fantastic in that game, especially the way he scored that goal. Very confident, and Man United overall looked like a brand new team in terms of players like Garnacho and even Casemiro getting in the action.
Yeah, I will caveat that it was a very weakened Leicester, Leicester B team. But we will see with Man United. I do expect them to turn up a bit better than they have been. I think that's fair to say. I don't think maybe they won't play for Ten Hag in the end. But it is a tough game. Chelsea is going to be a great game, so definitely we'll be watching that one on the weekend. Thoughts on Salah captain? We mentioned it. I think it's a good pick. I am tempted with Salah captain, if I'm being honest. I may still go Salah. I think he's a better fixture than Haaland. I think Bournemouth have been good this season, so I don't think Bournemouth is an easy game at all. Salah has a home fixture, and Liverpool have just beat Brighton. They put 3 goals past Brighton yesterday, so we'll have to see what happens. But I do like Salah, and I'm tempted myself, but you'll have to wait and see. But slightly leaning towards Haaland as of now. Transfer Robert out for Konate, says Keenan. If you want another Liverpool asset, we know Konate is there as well. Comment from Charis, Keenan as well. Yep, we mentioned that.
Yeah, they played the second team, but it's more the confidence they had, which they didn't have against Ten Hag, which that's more pointing out towards the game.
Yeah. Now, Man United, I even said before the Ten Hag sacking, they could be an option in game week 11, 12, 13. They have the Leicester, Ipswich, couple of games, maybe a Bruno, a Højlund, or a Garnacho. If you want to take a punt on those players, could be worth it. Thoughts on selling Luca Dean for Nuri? Yeah, I think I like this move. Nuri has nice fixture against Palace at home, whereas Luca Dean has Spurs, I think. So yeah, not a bad shout, not a bad move, especially with the fixtures Nuri has long term.
And I believe Eze has a hamstring injury, so that could affect Crystal Palace as well in game 10. I don't know if he's going to be fit for that fixture.
Yeah, of course. Let us know if you guys got any more questions. If you are enjoying the content, please do hit the like button and make sure you're subscribed to the channel as well, guys. So like and subscribe and share the video as well. Charis wildcarded this week, going against Haaland, got a rank of top 30k. Sales, Trent, Vardy, Aït-Nouri, Salah, Palmer, Saka, and Vermo, Raul, Jackson, Cunha, with Fabianski, Einar, Rogers, Bellis, bench. Interesting, no Haaland, but the team does look very strong, I must say.
Yeah, that's very strong team. Very bold against Haaland as well at the rank you're at, top 30k. That's very brave.
Is Buonanotte a good pick? I think it's a decent pick. It's just with the midfielders available at the moment, then I just think it's hard to fit him in. We've got like Salah, Palmer. I think there's a lot of options in midfield. So for me, not my team personally, but I think it's a bad option. Keenan also mentioned obviously that Mateus Nunes is doing really well for Man City. He had a tough start to the season in terms of his first season at Man City last year. But he's been involved in a lot of goals for Man City this season, and he's looking good, to be fair to him. He's looking good at the moment. But I think we want to wrap it up here, guys. Slight change to the schedule for next week, just so you guys are aware. There will be no stream on Tuesday, I believe next Tuesday. We're going to stream on Thursday for a podcast for Gameweek 11. So we're slightly changing the way we do the content. So make sure you tune in on Thursday for the Gameweek 11 podcast, where we do an hour-long show on our Gameweek 11. So we're going to try it out for the first time, trial it, see how it goes. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. But yeah, a few more comments. I'm currently having Foden. Should I bring in Saka for a -4, Jordan? The other transfer is, I think that's Cunha for Solanke.
So you can't own Foden, you want to bring in Saka for -4. I think I'd rather do the other transfer, Cunha for Solanke, rather than.
Oh no, the -4 is both of the moves. So Cunha for Solanke and then Foden for Saka.
Oh right, I see.
For a -4, so both the moves.
For -4. Yeah, I'll probably do that move. If it means bringing Cunha and obviously Saka in, then I'll probably do that. But at least you have Saka early, because I would wait till Gameweek 12 to bring him in. But if that means bringing Cunha in, then I'll do the move.
I may wait for team news, because if Foden starts, I don't mind playing Foden in a differential. Yinka. Play Howard, Bellis, or Robinson. Probably Robinson. Just.
Yeah. He's got Brentford at home. So, I'll play Robinson.
For long term, which keeper is better, Sells or Sanchez? I think I'll probably side towards Sells.
He did get an assist in Gameweek 9. Not that he'll get that again, but it was impressive of the assist. But that would probably side me towards Sells.
Yeah, and he's cheaper, so I'd rather save the money. I think he's cheaper, isn't he, compared to Sanchez. Yeah, Sanchez is 4.7.
Yeah, Sells 4.6.
And I don't trust Chelsea defense either, really. So I think I'd go Sells. Nottingham Forest defensively have been very strong this season. We're on Haaland. Charis, we're both on Haaland at the moment. When do we need Palmer for sure? I think now probably. I think Palmer's a great pick in these games. I know Man United away, but he's a main man at Chelsea. And I think he's a good. And we just scored a 10-pointer against Newcastle for his goal and a bonus point. And Man United, Arsenal next. Some might say you can avoid him. I mean, you can definitely. The next two is quite tough. Way at Man United, and then Arsenal. Sorry, but if Chelsea are going to score, it's probably going to be including Palmer. So, I just think he's a great player, one of the best players in the league, really.
Going to be really hard as well to fit Palmer in, because I believe he's 11 million now in price.
Yeah.
So
he's already had 2 price rises since I bought him in, and I've only brought him in I've had it for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, so it's going to be really cost effective bringing Palmer in now. But he is, for my opinion, essential for any fixture.
But that's it, guys, from us. Hit the like button. Stay subscribed to us. Tune in next Thursday for a new podcast that we do. Should be a good one. And I want to say a big thank you for everyone that has watched the stream. But anything else you'd like to add, Jordan, before we wrap the stream up?
Obviously, just to answer one more question from Charis. Should I bring in Watkins? I think he's been overlooked, especially with Spurs missing Van der Ven. Even if you play Spurs, are useless defensively, and Villa fixtures are, after Liverpool, are brilliant. I think Watkins is still a good pick. in terms of the fixture against Spurs. I don't think it's a bad one. I think it's going to be a high scoring one. It's just Watkins is expensive. I think that's what's people putting off people is his price. But I do think he is worth it in terms of that fixture, Charis.
Okay.
But yeah, on that note, that is all. Thanks, guys, for watching. Stay tuned for the live stream on Saturday, 10 o'clock. I mean, obviously next stream. But until then, take care. Enjoy the rest of your week.